Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights by Janita with Janita Francis. Live from InsightsByJanita.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights by Janita
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone, welcome to Moonstruck for another exciting Wednesday evening for the Northern Hemisphere and Thursday midday for us Southerners. Hope you've had an exciting week, whatever you may be doing, and I hope that your soul is smiling and that you're enjoying life. If you're not, or you think that is this as good as it gets, you might need to come and have a reading or some coaching with me just to see how we can tweak some of those areas of your life so that you're maximizing your happiness and maximizing your quality of and improvement of your life. It can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be hard, consistently hard. It doesn't need to be like that. So I can certainly help you find some coping mechanisms and some really cool tools to be able to breathe through those storms a lot easier and come out the other side feeling refreshed and revitalized, as opposed to really tired and zapped of energy. So let's start this week. Now, as always, I go to my altar and have a little look and see what's happening as far as the crystals and placements are concerned. And I actually got 4 this week, and none of them are any of my typical quartz, which is very interesting. I don't mind that at all. A bit of a change. It was exciting for me too not to have the spirit quartz or something along those lines up here with me. So I have 4, as I mentioned, Amazonite, which is a green crystal. This is about truth and honesty and about integrity and about helping you find your self-esteem and where that balance is. It's a really pretty, if you're listening and you can't see me, it's a really pretty green. Mine's a raw stone, so that means that it hasn't been polished, hasn't been, really they've dug it out of the ground, they've washed the dirt off and they've given it to me. So, and there's actually still a little bit of dirt on it, but I love it because it's such a, quite pretty. I like green anyway, as you can tell from my curtain in the background. But I like the fact that it's working with self-esteem and working with, a lot of that self-doubt and that the negative talk that we do for ourselves. It's so easy because, a lot of us, especially in my age bracket, we've had lifetimes of negative self-talk and that self-doubt and the confidence. And it can really take a beating sometimes because we start to believe the things that other people may think about us or may project upon us. And it's not really until we say that's enough and start putting our boundaries in place and start loving ourselves that we actually realise that there are labels that other people have given us. That's not who we are at our core at all. So Amazonite or Amazonite. I like Amazonite because it's amazing. Then, of course, Amethyst, who seems to be making a huge comeback with me at the moment. So this is my amethyst ball, and it looks like a crystal ball if you're more familiar with the gypsy term crystal ball. Quite large, fits in your hand. This is about purifying thought, which really backs up the Amazonite because it's helping us process what our thoughts are and working out how to purify them, how to wash them, how to make sure that they're the right thoughts, are the positive thoughts, and moving away from that whole negative space or that negative self-talk and doubt. So it's linked to the crown cog. So that's up on top of your head. The purple colour, it gives that away. And you can use that when you're doing spiritual work, or you can use it just when you need to meditate and just take a little bit of time out. I know that if I've got too much mental chatter going on and I can't slow it down or stop it by going to the gym or going on my motorcycle, those sorts of things, then I will always go and grab some amethyst and have a little snooze or have a meditate, if you want to call it that, but we all know that it's actually me having a snooze. The next stone is a shiver, and it's shaped like a weird-looking egg, I suppose. It's a massive stone. It's quite heavy as well. This is about traditionally it can be used for fertility, okay, but that I can guarantee you, unless there's another puppy coming along, that's not why it's up here. But it is recognizing the individual person that you are and the blessing that you are. So the crystals are starting to create a picture for us here, and that you know, talking about ourselves in an honest manner, being truthful with ourselves, standing in our integrity with how we're dealing with ourselves, making sure that we're choosing nice words and we're not beating ourselves up over things, and then recognizing how beautiful and unique we are. But this is a shiver stone, so it's brown, it's got little white, paley sort of colours to it. It's actually it's not the prettiest of stones, okay, but I'm not known for having the prettiest of stones. I'm having the higher frequency stones. I like how they feel more so than how they look. So recognizing our true uniqueness and celebrating how unique we are and that we are different from everyone else, and that's okay. It'd be a very boring world full of robots if we all looked the same and we all dressed the same and we all thought the same. There'd be no growth. No one would ever grow if we all told the same stories, would there? All right, and the doozy, Labradorite. Now, camera is not even going to do it justice. If you can, oh, there's a bit of a glimmer there. If you can get your hands on Labradorite, I like Labrador dog, but Labradorite, and just have a feel of it. It's a really lovely stone, but it's beautiful. It comes in so many different patterns and so many different styles. This is called a palm stone because it fits in your palm, so it's quite another big one. This works on releasing blockages, okay, and supports spiritual growth. So the crystals are painting the picture, and the picture is all about releasing things that no longer, suit us, or that are no longer supporting our higher self and our spiritual growth. About, tackling all those things we've just spoken about, looking at ourselves, changing the way we talk to ourselves. All those things add to our quality of life, and that's what it's all about. It's about changing our quality of life, recognizing that we're individual and celebrating the fact that we're not all robots and that we're not all the same. Let's have a look and see if there's anything comes up in the cogs. If you haven't heard me before, I call chakras cogs because we're machines. We are machines, and it's all about making sure our machines are working really well. And you're not going to believe this. I'll show it for all the viewers. But we've got the nurturing card, and that's about grounding. So this just supports, again, all of the crystals. So the take-home conversation, the take-home message, what we're doing here is really making sure that our kindness and how we look after ourselves is front of mind. So we've got through the Christmas period. We've got through Thanksgiving just before Christmas, and, come through that New Year period, and we want the energy to be different. We really need the energy to be different because the last few years have been quite a struggle for so many of us. And this is about setting the tone for how we're going to be treated by others. And the best way to set that tone is obviously by making sure that we understand what love is for us and what nurturing means for us and how to be kind to ourselves. Because if we don't do it for ourselves, how on earth are we going to be able to show others how to do it? So that's the important thing. Let's have a little look here and see what the Zodiac is coming up with. Now, the Zodiac cards will give us the energy that a bulk of the people will be dealing with. Now, of course, coming up, we've got the new moon coming up in January. So 25th for us down here might be a little bit different for you guys up there. And that will be in Aquarius. So that's about freedom of expression. So this is the part where we're going, hang on a minute. This is 2020. This is my year to shine, and I want something different, and I want this, and I want that. And it's giving us that fuel along, okay? So it's really important that we break those habits of how we talk to ourselves and how we look at ourselves to be able to get that new moon and that new intention. Without an intention being put into action, you will not get results. So I could sit here all day and say, oh, I want to win the lotto. Oh, I want to have more money. Oh, but unless I actually go out there and buy a lotto ticket and do that action to give the universe an opportunity to bring that result to me, I'm not going to win the lotto. If I sit here and never buy a lotto ticket, it will never happen. No matter how many times I try to manifest it, someone might give me some of their money, but it's not going to be my lotto win because I haven't created the action. That's what life's all about. creating the action. Let's have a look. What else are we doing here? Oh, it's split in three. A nice balance for us to think about, and it's transformational. Oh, I really like it when you're like this. Okay. Once you've got the hang of how to talk to yourself and you're starting to get the results, because when you're kind to yourself is kind to you, okay? It's a two-pronged approach. Then you start transforming, and that's when you start getting on your spiritual awareness and your spiritual journey, which is the Amazonite, okay? Then there's the Virgo energy around, so it's very, I need to make sure that all these things are in line. I need to make sure my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, that sort of attitude, okay? And the new moon in Aquarius will fuel that along. It'll push you a little bit because you know you're not the boss of me. It'll be that kind of attitude, okay? So that's what you can expect. Pisces energy is coming in as well, which means that they're backing up those crystals, backing up that nurturing card for your cog in that earthy, nurturing feeling as well that comes along with it, and softening your approach. So even though that Aquarius will be giving you the come on, let's go, and Pluto's we're ready to transform, and Amazonite saying we've got this, we can do it. You've also got to be kind and compassionate to yourself while those results are coming through for you, okay? Otherwise, you will give up. And when you give up, you put that intent out there and you do that action, but then you don't have the belief in that action, the results won't come. It is very, sounds tricky, but it's not. If you're not doing the work, you won't reap the rewards. It's very, very cut and dry like that, I suppose you could say. All right, let's get these off to the side. And we'll see if we can take a caller. Oh, we've got Shauna from Elizabethtown in Kentucky. Hello, Shauna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Decent.
Right, what can I do for you, Shauna?
I was hoping that we could. I kind of would like to be able to connect with my brother. The 19th made 2 years that he had passed. Been having a really hard time with it. Just answers and questions. But just like whatever you're drawn to for me.
Okay, been a hard road. Do you get are you getting pain in your right arm? I feel like it could be, when I start getting things like this, it could sometimes be symbolic. So they want me to know that you're hanging on to things, and that's why my arms are hurting. So do you actually get the physical pain, or is this being symbology for me?
Well, both. I mean, it's mental and physical sometimes. Where I hurt. Like,
Okay.
time my soul hurt. Ernie.
What was your brother's name, sorry?
Ernie.
Ernie. Okay. Now, interestingly, I picked up a crystal, and the crystal is the Amazonite, which is all about the seeing things as they are, and being able to understand the process in things, and getting the clear picture, okay, on what's going on. Was he not very well? It seemed like it was just over in a heartbeat that he passed. Like it feels like it was wrong. It shouldn't have happened. It was just too quick. What was going on there?
COD.
I beg your pardon?
COD.
Right, okay. Yeah, it's just not. And you're left to that struggle. You've got so many unanswered questions, you poor little thing. And when I tune into you, I can feel my voice breaking. So it was like look, I'm just going to tell you what comes through, okay? And I'm really sorry if it sounds a bit direct, but
Okay.
I think I need to tell you exactly how it comes through so you can get that clarity. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm getting a pushed envelope. So he pushed things too far. This wasn't the first time that he had done drugs. There were a few things going on for him. He really, he felt so disconnected from so many things. I don't think he realised how connected he was. That's the strange thing. It's almost like his energy was distant but beautiful. So it's like a kind of like an introvert trying to be an extrovert and not really understanding how that balance works. He's just, and my heart is on fire. It feels like I've got this really intense indigestion, and it's just not. I mean, when I tune into your energy, it's just such a grief energy, and your grief is in the bottom up to the mid-range of your heart. If you could sort of picture around your boob area, but his pain in his chest is coming right in the middle of my chest, almost like it's going to bounce out of my sternum area in between my boobs, if I can paint that picture for you. It's really, he had been around other people during that time. I'm just trying to picture it. He's going really fast for me, and he's trying to get me to get everything in alignment. Look, I don't think it was a deliberate thing. I don't think that, even though he felt disconnected from, I'm going to say life, he felt a bit misunderstood, not really, the life of the party, but not. Does that make sense to you? It's just, he's out of balance there somewhere. I'm just going to try to get another little feel on him. It's almost, it wasn't supposed to happen. And he knows that it wasn't supposed to happen. When people pass away, they let go of all of the human stuff, okay? So don't feel that he's in any anguish or in any pain or he's been punished or anything crazy like that. That is not how it works, okay? They pass and they release all that burden. They become light, okay? Physically, mentally and emotionally light. But he was a shock for him because it's almost like he didn't expect that to happen. I think he just pushed it too far, and it was just not the right outcome this time.
We had lost our mother a year before.
Goodness me. How old was he, can I ask? Sorry? He feels like older than what his body is. I don't know whether he was youngish or just young-minded. Just, not childish, okay? I don't mean that, but childlike, playful, not really. It just doesn't, There's a lot of contradictions about your brother, I have to say, in nice ways, though. Just when you think you've understood him, he pulls something else out of the bag, and he's rushing from one thing to another, trying to show me a whole bunch of things that he was doing and that he had on the hop, and that, just so he could paint the picture, so you know that it was him coming through. But his mind is blown. He's showing. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm doing that jazz hand out of my brain because I don't think he had any idea that this was going to be the outcome at all. He just pushed it too far. Have you got something? You've got a picture of him just inside the hallway, just inside the front door or something? Have you got some picture there of him? Oh, I think I've lost Shauna. I think I've lost her. Oh, how disappointing. Shauna, if you're still listening, please reach out to me and we can have another look and make sure that everything's okay for you, and to see what happens from there. Okay. All right. My goodness, it's the interesting thing that comes through when you do medium work is if they've got a lot to say, they will say a lot. If they don't have a lot to say, they won't. It's very much, oh, she's still here. Shauna, I'm having trouble hearing you, my darling. got you.
Yes,
I lost
I
you.
lost connection.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. We might swap from your brother to you just for a little while, because you really, do you understand now that he didn't see that this was coming and that there's nothing that anyone could have done to prevent this? Do you understand that part?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just have you got a
We had
show?
a fuss about a year and a half, about a year after my mother had passed, and me and him didn't talk really, and I kind of had a lot of guilt because
Okay.
I didn't get to tell him that I loved him, and I wanted him to know.
Yeah. You know, it makes it the heartbreaking. Whoops, sorry, I got a little bit emotional then. The heartbreaking thing about these scenarios is that you can't. Your brother already knows that everything is okay. Okay, but as humans, still being here, still being on Earth, it's really hard to come to terms with how our last words were, or our last argument, or our last fight, or the fact that we didn't say "I love you," or when spirit passes, they already know those things because you talk to them and you've talked to your brother and you've told him that you were sorry and that you wish things were different. And the argument and your mum passing and the whole scenario had nothing to do with what happened to your brother. I know that it feels to you like it's all linked, but it's absolutely not. He's It's just an awful situation for you because you're the one left grieving so deeply and so profoundly for passing of two pivotal people in your life, and it's really a difficult situation for you.
Yeah, well,
Have you got a picture of him just inside your doorway? He keeps taking you to your front door and he's opening the door for you or for me to go in. And he's showing me pictures on the wall. So do you have pictures in the hallway just inside your front door, on the wall just inside your front door?
right up when you come in my door, I've got his urn to the right, and I've got pictures of my kids and my mom on my wall.
Okay. So it's important
That
that
I'm looking at
he
right
still
now.
sees. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he knows. Just I know that you've spent a lot of time talking to both of them, and in particular your brother. But he hears you. So just keep talking to him. Keep working through that. Um, he really he's released all that earthbound disappointment or anger or hurt or whatever he was going through. He released all of that, and I'd really love for you to be able to work on recreating the beautiful memories and recreating the lovely stories that you have with your brother and your mum, and you know there's nothing that you could have done to change the outcome for this situation, this scenario. It's just awful for you. My heart absolutely bleeds for you, Shauna. It's terrible.
Thank
When
you.
you go to bed this evening, it's about 8 o'clock, I think, if I've done my maths right. When you go to bed this
Do
evening,
what?
call on your brother and say, come and talk to me. I need you to let me know that everything is okay. And he will come to you. He will talk to you because he comes and visits you all the time. Okay, so you'll get little snippets of his smell, or you'll feel like someone's in the room with you. That's your brother. He hasn't strayed too far away. Okay, he's not everything just happened so fast when he passed. He didn't realise that was going to take place. Okay, it's just a really unfortunate scenario for you to be in, and I'm absolutely terribly sorry. I think talking to him at night time will also help release some of the grief that you have around just little things in life, like going to sleep and being able to have your loved ones around. He's still got that. Your mum's still got that. They just have it in a different form now. It's a different frequency. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, my darling. I'm very, very sorry, Shauna. I hope that I've given you a little bit of comfort. But keep talking to him, okay? He likes where he's sitting in your home.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. All my love to you.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Oh my goodness. It's really difficult when you get reads like that, because you try to disconnect so much, because you try to do that professional job and to remain professional, and your heart is just breaking because you can feel everything that they're going through, and I'm here because of technology, but I really sometimes being in the same room so you can wrap your arms around someone and let them know that everything will be all right. There's such a profound moment in healing of each other when that happens. So, I don't think this part of my job ever gets any easier, but I wouldn't want it any other way. All right, we're almost at the end of our segment, and thank you very much, Shauna, and all of the listeners and all of the viewers for tuning in to my segment Insights by Janita Francis. You can catch me on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel which has got lots of my private stuff, as well as Moonstruck TV replays on there as well. So if you do miss, you can always catch me there. Once again, have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you very soon next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I'm always available for coaching and mentoring, and also soul transformation packages. So I do astrology, readings, channeling. I go all over Australia doing readings as well, mediumship. So if you're interested in getting a private reading, please do reach out to me on my website, www.insightsbyjanita.com, or feel free to chase me up on Facebook and send me a message. Thanks very much for your time. We'll see you again soon. Take care.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. This is Suzanne Marie, and welcome to my show tonight. I hope that all of you are doing well and hanging in there with all the things going on in the world, and I hope that you are all safe and healthy. I just wanted to share a small prayer today because, I'm in need of it. So I'm going to do this little prayer, and then we'll get right down to readings. How's that sound? Okay. So I now ask to be surrounded by divine light with my team of guides, angels, and ascended masters, with the archangels and angels who can meet and support you now. Surround me fully and completely with divine white light. And now, with your breath, just take in your breath and imagine that you're breathing in the white light into your body and exhale. I ask for the highest energy and the highest truth be brought here tonight, and that anything other is not welcomed. I only accept the positive thoughts, actions, and speech. Amen. And I know that you see me as a redhead when naturally I'm a blonde. But I've been kind of flipping out with all this isolation and in shelter placements, and I guess it got the best of me. So I hope that I'm as well as when I was a blonde, and who knows, I might continue to be a blonde, but I needed to spice up and lighten my life. So I hope that we can get past that one. And I hope that you come visit me at www.psychicpaths.com and shoot a message. And I'd enjoy to hear from you guys. I have Tim from Chicago on the line. Hello?
Hi, Suzanne.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing well. How can I help you tonight?
Okay. Suzanne, I left a karmic relationship back in late January. I still feel the connection daily, still think about this person often. And my question is, what do I need to know to move forward with my life and leave this connection behind?
Just give me a minute, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to see what I can see. It was a very frustrating relationship.
Yeah.
Did you feel pulled and pushed?
Yeah. Feel a lot of that. Quite a bit.
Okay. I want to ask you, what did you learn from it?
A lot about codependency, my own codependency issues. that I was going after people who didn't really reciprocate what I put into the relationship. I gave more than I got back.
Um, and I get from Spirit that you learned that you could let go. I don't think you felt like you could let go at the time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You have a heart that wants to be loved, and
Yeah.
probably a heart that doesn't belong in this world. That
Say that again.
feels you're very sensitive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that you've learned your lessons, and that's what that relationship was for. It was not meant to be a forever.
Okay.
You need to be proud of yourself for the things that you did learn. Because I see, even in the frustrating times of push and pull, you were very much reflecting on what you were doing and how you were doing it. Sort of, what do you call it? A school. You went to school with this, and you feel like it's crushed your heart, but actually, it's made you stronger. You know, sometimes when we go through very soul crushing experiences, we believe that we've been broken when in actuality, we've kind of gotten stronger and tougher. And I feel that with you. I think the next time you fall in love, your eyes will be open and you'll know exactly what you want to be attracting.
Okay.
I think in a way
Yeah.
that this has been a blessing. And when you think of it, you think of this relationship, instead of being upset or even, your feelings being obsessed with it, I think you ought to remember just how far you've come because of the relationship and that there's more and better things coming your way. Somebody out there is going to appreciate your heart. But I don't think that was going to be possible unless you realized it and unless you realized what you were attracting. You need to give
Oh.
you need to give up pleasing people. You please people and you seem to ignore the bad parts because if you love all of the person, of course you're going to accept those bad parts. But when you go into a relationship, those bad parts are red flags. They're not meant to be ignored. There were signs and you didn't pay attention. You didn't want to. Now, the next relationship, you're going to be wiser and smarter about what you want and what you don't want. You have to remember when you're thinking of this relationship, what are you willing to put up with and what aren't you willing to put up with? These are questions that needed to be brought out in you in order for the new person coming in to make it a better relationship. Something you want to attract, someone that appreciates your heart. That's why this relationship was hard. This is why it was probably the hardest relationship you've had because it was pure lessons. That's what I get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely felt that way, that's for sure.
You felt like it was a lesson going in while you were in it and as you were leaving. And I think if you think about it, you're in a better place right now, except for the thoughts of that. And when you think of that relationship, I want you to say cancel in your mind because better things are happening. Better things are going to happen. I think that that you are going to be one heck of a husband or to somebody, and they're going to appreciate you. And yeah, that karmic relationship was meant just to teach you. That's where the karma comes in. It wasn't what goes around comes around as much as it to evolve you, to evolve your soul to a better person for yourself. The spirit and God did not want you to become a martyr in relationships. You're meant for better things. Spirit says that you're writing something. Are you writing something?
Yeah, I'm taking notes off what you're saying.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I know it's hard to go through breakups and stuff, but really, you couldn't have stayed. It wasn't that type of thing where you could have stayed. And I'm glad you got out of it. I'm glad that you now have an opportunity to get something much more happier and joyful.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Are they going to be attempting to come back into my life, this person?
No.
Okay.
No. I think you would be on an episode of Snapped if it were to come down to that. She's not your type. And there's a part of her that is really dangerous. And I would think that you would say to yourself, "Oh, that's just somebody when they're mad." I don't think you should second guess that. She could have a real trouble in her. Move forward. I want you to look forward. And every time you see a nice chick, I want you to be smiling bright and saying hi to all of them. Make their day and you'll make your day, and you're going to meet your soulmate that isn't so karmically entangled into, this painful situation. Don't go back. That would be punishment.
Got it. Thank you.
When you look forward, you're going to see all kinds of beautiful women, good women, nice women, kind women, giving women. Just give it a chance and don't go back to being martyred. The minute you see those red flags are red flags. They're not little synchronicities that you're to ignore. Pay attention, okay? I want you safe and happy.
I appreciate it, Suzanne. Thank you for your insight.
All right. You have a good night.
You too. Take care.
All right. Rachel from Pennsylvania. Hello.
Hi, Suzanne. I'm Rachel.
Hi. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I was just calling in. I wanted to see if we could maybe talk about a financial purchase I made and kind of where you seeing me heading financially in the future. I mean, besides COVID-19 dilemma.
Right. Let me see if I have you specifically, okay? I want to be right in your energy, so give me a second. Are you a brunette?
Yes.
And are you in like a dark room, not really fully lit?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Weird.
I'm clairvoyant. I kind of can do all that. Did you sign your name to that purchase?
Yes.
Okay. Spirit said you weren't fully 100% with it.
No, it was kind of a fly-by deal. Kind of a deal of a lifetime.
Okay. I'm trying to get to see what they're saying. Um, some of what I'm getting is was it a house?
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to bring you frustration. No, it's not enough of a
Yeah.
frustration. It's not enough of a frustration, to make you want to burn it down, but it's going to be a frustration to keep it livable and to keep it maintained. But you're going to be okay financially. Let me see.
Can I ask you a question? I heard talk about a trust fund, and I'm kind of interested in wondering. I don't know if it was just being said to please people, and I was just kind of wondering, as far as like things like that go,
For
how
you?
what you.
Okay, let me see. Okay, do you have a relative where he's a guy, and what I'm seeing is he's kind of hefty, and he has gray hair.
Yes.
Is that the one that's talking about or a part of that that situation you just mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's true. It is true.
Interesting.
But he seems to be like he wants to hold on to it. He's kind of wanting to hold on to it tight. I don't know why. A part of him I get wants to be helpful, but the other part wants to be helpful for himself or some other part of his thinking is going on. But I do.
Actually, we'll let you say that. I'm supposed to split this trust fund with a stepbrother and a stepsister, but I am the only biological child.
Well, if it means you get it, then I would split it. If that's what was meant for it to happen. Maybe that's why he's trying to hold on to it. That's what I get from spirit. I can't put my 2 cents into that. Spirit said that that's the way it was supposed to be. And I do believe you would get it in a reasonable time. It doesn't help for him to hold on to it and the way he's thinking, but it's not okay for you to have your own ideas either. It depends on the person who put it in place and what their wishes were. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so are you working now? Because I see you busy. I see you real busy.
Yeah. Yes, I'm in the health field.
Okay. I see you. You're moving forward in that, and I see that you're well liked and well loved.
By some people.
I think that you're going to be okay financially. I think the house, you got to put some love in the house. It's going to be like a baby for you.
Yeah.
I've done the same thing
Yep.
with my house. I came in here, it was a shell. Now I don't want to leave it because every room is mine. Every room I've made mine.
Yeah.
So it's kind of really cool.
Well, it is. Yeah, it is. It's pretty frustrating because I bought a house and I bought it mortgage or interest free, and I'm supposed to pay it off in 5 years. I have another 3 years, and the original owner just took out a personal mortgage out on this house. So that's why I'm kind of concerned. Yeah.
I sense it'll be okay. I don't see major frustration. What Spirit says though is you need a vacation, and I'm not from COVID.
Oh, I hear that.
Are you
I hear
daydreaming?
that. I definitely do. I'm sorry?
Have you been daydreaming about a trip?
Yeah, actually, wanting to.
Keep it in your mind and know that it can happen if you can see it. Draw it to you, Spirit said, because they say you deserve it. You can have it. If you can see it, you can have it. Okay?
That's awesome. Do you see anything else possibly going on in the future, maybe?
Let me see a minute. You're going to have some issues with your car. I don't know. It's minimal, but you're on your way somewhere, and I see you having a flat or something. That came up. Also, there's a personal family member that will be getting sick, and it's not COVID, but there's a caregiving situation that you'll be going through there. I think it's an older lady, but I know that you can do that too. Spirit says you gotta love, you're gonna spread it around. And there's a guy, I don't know if you're single or not, but there's a guy that's getting really serious. There's more of a step with commitment. Not only commitment, but like a life event. This guy likes to smile a lot. So I see that. If you see a guy that just loves to smile or he's smiling when he's talking to you, he's a keeper.
Okay.
I think there's somebody that you're going to meet that you're going to feel real comfortable with, and it's going to be a lifelong friendship, relationship. Spirit says that you've been asking for somebody to understand you and communicate with, but it seems like in your life, people are passing, and this guy is not passing. He'll stay in your life. Oh, I gotta go. I hope you have a good night.
You. Okay, thank you, Suzanne.
All right, you have a good night and a good week. All right, everybody, I've got about 3 minutes, and I just want to say that this would be an excellent time for everyone to be kind and loving and caring for everyone. If you smile to one person, you're going to make that person smile to another. And this is what we need right now in this kind of tumultuous situation that we're in, is more kindness. So if you can be present in the community or in the store or in the neighborhood, I want you to be consciously kind. It's very hard sometimes, but trust me, it's worth its weight in gold. And I just feel like this is what we all should be concerned with, is being kind and loving to one another. I hope that you enjoyed my show, and I hope you visit my Facebook page, psychicpaths.com, and my Facebook page. Ugh, and go ahead and become a fan and let me know that you're there, because I love and appreciate all of your support and all of your time and energy. And I want to thank you for watching me again this week. I appreciate that. I hope that you will come visit me, and I hope that you will like my video and say a few things. And if I've given you a reading, I would appreciate it if you would do a review on my Facebook page, letting other people know what you think of my abilities or my contribution to questions. That would be much appreciated. So, yeah, just let me know you're there, and please like A1R Psychic Radio on Facebook. Give them all that love also. All right.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.wixsite.com/Perry Lyons.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is New York City Celebrity Psychic
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, cherished ducklings. It's really nice to have you here. Excuse the complete lack of makeup. That's why I have, at the last minute, put a, grew that myself, by the way. I've suddenly forgotten the name of the flower. They're all zinnias to me anyway. And it's held in with paper clips. So it's to distract you from the fact that I don't even have lipstick on. But I do have a crystal ball. It's not actually a crystal ball, it's a paperweight, but I've been using it as a crystal ball. Or more specifically, what I've been doing is using it as a visual meditation object. First, I hold it in my hands and I channel unconditional love and blessing into it, which I do with almost everything in my house. And I'll do more when I can see the floor of the house and bring the cactus. And then I just sort of gaze at it for about 10 minutes, which doesn't sound that exciting. I saw this chick show for the first time, and she talked about staring at a paperweight for 10 minutes while paper clipping orchids in her hair. So I had her committed. Anyway, but it's a fun thing to do. Another fun thing to do is a dream board. But because I'm going to do the psychic weather forecast in a moment with the tarot, we'll do the dream board next week. I did just get, I'm not being paid to say this, I got this Holly Alexander Magic Money Journal. I made a big commitment to get my financial life like absolutely flawless. So you do it for 30 days. But Holly, I hope you don't mind, but she has these 7 magic money steps at the beginning. And I like it because it works. I've been doing this for 2 days, and suddenly, I mean, money just kind of, it's literally appearing in my bank account, and I'm like, where's this from? So it works. But it's also in a bigger context. Since money means a lot to, well, that would be everybody. But if you think about the word value, we have values in our lives. I don't mean that my kidney is worth, $100,000 on the black market. What I mean, I wish I hadn't said that out loud. Hi, Desiree, I'll be with you in a sec. What I do mean is what we do in a small way, we do in a big way. And when we deal with something of value, it helps us recognize our values. So quickly, I'm just going to read very quickly her suggestions, which I go over every morning. The first one is, I was shaking my finger at you. First one is take control, take total control of what you think, say, and do with money. So I've stopped saying things like, oh, I'm broke. I just said it, but I didn't mean it. So start being careful about what you say about money. Number 2 is suspend disbelief. So that means sometimes opportunities will come our way, but if they're not gift wrapped just right, we'll be like, nah. Or we'll think, oh, that's not possible. Everything is possible. 3, let go of every belief you have about money, that it must come to you through specific channels, like through your job or through your, uh, I don't know, husband, wife, llama, um, or a corporation. Just let go of all of your beliefs about money. 4, think and speak about money in a positive way. 5, allow money to come to you from anywhere, anytime. Believe 6, believe that there's enough for you now and henceforth forever. And know an abundance of everything you need is on its way to you right now. And the last thing I'm going to say is that she also said, she asks during this 30-day thing, she said, like, if you want this to work, take complete responsibility for your life. We all are where we are because of choices we've made, among other things. This is the one I love. For the next 30 days, I will stop complaining, bemoaning, or belly aching. I won't criticize, gossip, back fence talk. That's so Ohio. Or discuss scuttlebutt. If I don't have anything nice to say, I will say nothing. So I'm pretty much going to be silent this whole month. If I'm having a really tough day or somebody has been particularly mean to me, I will resist the urge to light them on fire and repeat to myself and anyone who asks how I'm doing, everything is working out for my highest good, and I can't wait to see what happens next. You might have to say that in your own way or use a French accent or something. That's a little corny, but still. Anyway, before I get to Desiree, we're just going to, Desiree, thank you for waiting. I really appreciate it. And thank you for not laughing at the flower in my hair. Okay, quickly, I'm going to randomly draw 3 cards that are going to describe the week ahead. Oh, I can use tarot cards that I always use. It's so kind of date. There we go. Totally random. Okay. This is fascinating. The first card this week is the Star card. And the Star card is about a lot of things, but it's about being the star of your own life, among other things. Not being selfish, but being maybe a little more selfish than, for instance, a lot of women I know are. But the Star card also means recognize your own fantastic qualities. Maybe put some clothes on when you're going outside to dip from a pool. But the Star card also asks us to look at ourselves objectively. I was talking to your friend yesterday. The most amazing family stories. Just, I was sitting there with, so it's look at your own story from the point of view of somebody else. And see, we don't see what's amazing about ourselves or our ancestors, but everybody in the world has a story that can stop your heart. I mean, not literally. Okay. So this is a week to get in touch with that. This is the week, this actually came up upside down. The 3 of Wands means something that you think is over is not quite over. So don't just assume because we're a little bored that it's safe to just go back to normal living, because frankly, there's not going to be that anymore. There'll be a better way of living, but so don't get too impatient. Whee! God, I love doing that. And the last card is a couple standing under what is called in the Jewish tradition a chuppah. So they're getting married. And what this means is it's a 4, which is the number of healing and home. And it's about a couple of things. You might get engaged this week. That would be nice. But it also means coming to terms with our own inner and outer selves. Because a lot of us get scared of our own shadow. It also means number 4 also has to do with like being at home. So this whole week is about kind of befriending and appreciating yourself. You can also befriend and appreciate other people, but this week, the luckiest thing you can do is befriend yourself and get a crystal ball that looks like a sea urchin. Or if you want a crystal ball that is not actually, can't even look into. Okay, it's a paperweight, but it's still sort of magical. All right, enough about paperweights, enough about paper clips. Now we have Desiree. How are you, my love?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry about I didn't mean to make you wait so long, but I ordered some snacks for you. Well, you wouldn't get them. So if somebody rings the doorbell with buffalo wings in about 5 minutes, that was from me. Anyway, hi. So first, I'd like you to tell me your birthday. That's how I like to connect with people.
It's May 11th, 2000.
That week of Taurus, you guys, everybody, my fiance, my mom, my best friend, everybody. That is an amazing week to be born because you have all the practicality and earthy and can-do-ness of Taurus, but you also have the love and appreciation of beauty and of their Tauruses are very loyal. And okay, so let me connect you. And what's your question, my angel?
To see if we can contact any family members that's passed on.
Oh, okay. Let's see, mediumship is pretty hard. Let's speed up this process. Hold on. No, let's not. We're going to have to do it the way I do it. I'm getting a woman. Her name is something like Emma. It's it's like a name. I'm not saying her name is Emma, but I'm saying it's something like that. It's charming and old-fashioned. She's not old and she's not young. She's what the French call a woman of a certain age. She might be in her 40s or 50s. Is this correct so far? Like this?
Yeah.
She's a little curvy. Very moody. She could be very, very full of life 1 minute and then be kind of depressed for a little while. But she was really fun to be around. She's a nourishing person. And I'm sorry for your loss. Was this? I really am. I don't mean that like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm really sorry because that's a really cool person. She's very much around her nephew. Is that your son or godson? I mean, there's a little boy that she spends a lot of time protecting. Are you still there, my angel?
Okay.
Can you tell? Is this an auntie or is this? She feels like either a very good friend of the family who feels like family, or like sort of aunt energy. Can you tell me what your relationship to her was?
Okay.
Okay, I'm just here without makeup. She also has a beautiful color skin. I think she's African American. And she just had a beautiful skin tone. Kind of like my friend Leslie, kind of dark and a very rich undertone. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's here. She's saying, well, I guess she said, I can still lose 30 pounds, but I guess I don't have to think about that anymore. She's very funny and very giving. Very giving. You can just tell me I'm right if you don't want to expose your private life, or wrong. Well, I'm fine with that, but I think I'm right. She's mischievous. I'm not getting when she passed because I'm just kind of exhausted today. It happens to the best of us, which is you and me. And it feels like she died of heart trouble, something chest related. Is that correct? Or had clogged arteries? Yeah. I'm really sorry. So because she's so playful, what often happens when I do mediumship work for somebody who is kind and lovely enough to call in, is that the person who's passed will get all excited. And for the next week or two, you might notice kind of signs that she's kind of around. You might have a whole week of like just not being able to find your car keys because they're not where you put them. Or I don't think you're going to find feathers. That's not her. I think she will. You're going to see a lot of coins like around you. There'll be a dime and a quarter on the table that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. She's a little. Was she playful? You can trust me. I have a wilting flower in my hair. Okay, are you still there, Mona? So I can only do one person at a time because it's that's who's coming. That's who's coming through for me. And she, you guys were not that much alike, but you were like kindred spirits. You kind of got each other. I mean, she was responsible and all that, but there's a playful spirit there, and I think you're serious and responsible and reserved, and it's not like you can't have a really good laugh, but you had very complementary personalities. Did she pass 2 years ago, or more recently?
2 years ago.
When did she pass? Can you talk a little faster because I want to answer your questions while I still have you. Are you there? You mind telling me when she passed? Well, I guess you left. That's okay. I feel happy that we got that description in. Sometimes I hope I didn't freak the poor girl out because I'm so used to this stuff that my saying like, "Hey, you're going to see coins and stuff appearing," happens. So don't worry. She's not going to ghost. She's not going to be a ghost. What she wants to do is let you know that she loves you and she's around you, and none of that has changed. Before I started doing this work, I didn't believe in life after death, but we just sort of went out like a candle being blown out. And much to my surprise, I've learned that love survives everything. Personality also survives. So, just to remind you about your assignment this week, it's to be the star card. It's to be It's to approve of the light. Oh, hi, Yvonne. I'll be right with you. It's to just approve of yourself. We're all so hard on ourselves. Actually, I think only good people are really hard on themselves. Bad people think like, I'm fabulous. But this week is about like forgiving yourself for, you know, not being perfect. Forgive yourself for, you know, having your flower of will. And you can look at your less attractive traits and just say, hey, I can either fix that or that's just part of who I am. But um, learning love, self-love, and self-acceptance. You know what? I approve of myself. It's just a really good affirmation. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for being so patient. Beautiful name.
Hi.
Oh, hi. So tell me your birthday. That's how I like to connect with people. Can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. So if you could just tell
Okay.
me, yeah. If you could tell me your birthday, that would be great because that's how I connect with people. You don't have to tell me the
Okay,
year
my
because
birth-
I'm certainly, yeah.
Okay, my birthday is November 12th, 1980.
Ooh, Scorpio. Hi, we love the Scorpios here. Thank you. And you were born in you were born in the Chinese year of the horse. Oh, you're a Scorpio horse. Boy, I bet you have romantic interests coming at you from all directions. Um, that's kind of nice. So what's your question, my love?
Well, my question is am I and my kids going to be in good hands after what's going on with my husband right now? We're trying to avoid him due to some, some abuse and stuff. So I'm just trying to make sure my kids and me will be fine after this. All the court stuff will be settled.
It will be, but I would. This guy's a sociopath. I'm so sorry. You have really special kids, and they really want you to be born. And I've noticed that sometimes really special kids will, like, before they're born, they want certain people to be their parents, and so people will fall in love. And then after the special kids are born, it's like the people will look at each other and really see stuff they didn't see before. Usually, boom. Not only is he a sociopath, but his lawyer's a sociopath. Two lawyers. He's got two lawyers. Oh. Yes, the short answer is yes, you will be safe, but I also want you to take some precaution. Change your social media. Might not be a bad time to move. Don't do anything to attract his attention because crazy people are easily distracted. So if you don't just get what he owes you, he's gonna kick and scream about child support because he feels so entitled to everything. But I don't think I think he has been physically abusive. Uh, I do not see him physically coming after the kids, but that's for you. But make sure you get a restraining order, check in with the police,
Mm-hmm.
and get what you're owed. But your safety is more important than anything else. So it's a modified, it's a yes, but you're going to have to do more work than is fair. You have 3 kids?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
Oh, they're adorable. I think it's 2 girls and a boy, but I might be, as I said, a little tired today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a one girl and two boys.
Okay. As I was saying it, my guys were like, no, that's not quite right. It's funny because, 90 seconds. Your daughter and one of your sons are more alike than your two sons are. Is that true?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's going to sound a little corny, but I'm going to ask you to find a picture of the Archangel Michael. And it doesn't matter what belief, religion, or none of the above you are. Archangel Michael is a very powerful protective energy. So just find a picture of him on the internet. Say probably a little prayer to say, next year is going to be one of the best years of your life. You're going to meet and marry somebody who could not be more different than your ex. Sorry, you got a good shot of my roots there. Somebody's coming along next year, and I don't, who could not be more different than the sociopath. You've got a really kind man who will love your kids, and you're also going to take a step up. You might change careers, or you might go sideways. Anyway, I guess that's it. God bless you, my dear. And come back next week, and thanks for everything. Mwah. Love you.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Gemma's Spirit World with Gemma. Live from GemmaSpiritWorld.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Gemma's Spirit World
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Gemma, your host tonight. How are we doing? My goodness, another week has gone. Just feels like the month is really traveling by fastly, and June is really approaching us very quickly. So, gosh, the energy, I guess, around this week that I've really sat sat in and just tuned in. Like, obviously I have lots of fear energy around me at the moment, but not in the sense of not in the sense of fearing, not in the sense of allowing fear to stop me from moving forward or fulfilling or achieving the things that I want to do. I just know that fear, it can be a terrible feeling. We feel it at all different stages in our life. It can really hold us back, and it can hold us back from trying new things and pursuing. It can really stop us from, can stop us from being happy. It has the effect, fear has the effect of, it can affect our digestion. It can cause us to not sleep properly, and it can just really bring a heavy energy. So basically, I know that, with the coronavirus going on around us, there's certain countries, I know that here on the Gold Coast, restrictions have been lifted, but there's also that sense of, taking things slowly and not rushing into too much. We're still keeping a distance from one another and just being smart about it, really. And but yeah, there's just, I've just found, and I think it's just, I've woken up and I've had fear, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to allow fear stop me from living life. I'm not going to allow it to stop me from achieving everything that I want to do. And I guess, how do I overcome my fears? And what I do, and it's maybe something that you could do as well. There's lots of different ways, but I like to write down my fears. I like to write them down, and I also look at the reasons why I have certain fears, and what's stopping me from achieving them. And it could be from public speaking, could be fears of losing a job, fears of not being good enough, fears of not being accepted by others. And what I then do is I voice these fears out to a friend, and that could be, it's easy for me to say that, but really harder when you put yourself in that position to, it's very confronting. And I know that just voicing them out loud, you're giving your soul that permission, that, you're giving permission that you have this fear and it's okay. It takes time to achieve things, and I know that, it takes time, but it also releases, by giving permission, it allows, it releases that hold that it has on you. So the power of that fear that has this hold on you, and it makes you not want to move forward. So really it's acknowledging your fears, saying them out loud, and knowing that in time we all achieve things that are holding us back. So my message for this week is that, you can look at two different meanings for fear, and that with fear you can forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. So that's something that, I'm going to keep in the back of my mind. I actually write these things down and put up on my wall so I can see them, like affirmation quotes, or, something that you could do each day. But yeah, forget everything and rise, or face everything. No, sorry, forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So that's something that, we can all do, and just feel a lot more control of the situation, when our dreams and our achievements. Be in control, be confident, and let go of that fear. Okay, so we're going to take our first caller because I'm excited to connect. We have Jasmine in St. Cloud, Minnesota, USA. Hello, Jasmine. How are you tonight?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you?
Very well. My goodness, how can I help you? What areas in your life would you like me to look at for you?
Right now I'm kind of in a weird spot in my life. I've been going through some financial issues, friendship issues. I had to move back home and put a pause on school and stuff. So I'm kind of just in this stuck spot right now, and I'm wondering, like, is it going to get better? Am I going to finish what I started? Stuff like that. Am I going to be stuck in my hometown type of thing?
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying for you, as you talk, I have like this. I used to make them as a child. It used to be like a slingshot out of wood, and basically what I'm saying is that you have your targets in front of you, and it's like you're ready for that change to happen for you. What I do see is that you have your targets and your goals in front of you, and it's like, I guess, fear is holding you back from moving forward is what I've got. It's interesting around you. I can just see it feels like fear. If anything, it's like worrying, trying to, we fear when we look at the future, and when things aren't going our way, it causes that fear in allowing us to move forward. So what I'm seeing for you is that I keep seeing lots of travel around you. I keep seeing, do you do lots of driving at the moment to and from somewhere? Because I just keep seeing this little car in front of me driving back and forth. But at the same time, what I keep seeing is that it feels like lots of things are up in the air, like you've just explained. But you have a target goal in front of you. What I'm seeing is, I keep seeing a 2-story house. Do you live in a 2-story house, by the way, or even in a unit?
I live in an apartment right now with my mom.
Yep. And what I keep seeing, down the track. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm seeing with the two. And I feel like I've got that. Okay, so what up? So I've got 2 houses coming in now. I've also got one but it feels like it's a standalone house, but it's got more room to move around, and it feels like it's got more land behind you, like as in you have space. You're not crowded on top of one another. So what I'm seeing, it may even be your dream home or something that you want to achieve, but I keep seeing a bigger space in the backyard. It's just got more area to move around. I'm also very drawn to a water in the back as well. Does this place resonate at all in where you want to move to?
Yeah. I mean, I have been looking for more space. Because what I am right now, I'm with my mom and my siblings and stuff, and I've been sleeping on the couch. And then beforehand, I was with roommates, and we had a really small space, and I felt like I had no room, no space for myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I keep seeing, that it feels like, you're very claustrophobic at the moment and just wanting to breathe and get out into nature. What I am seeing that, I keep seeing that, where you do move, it feels like there's a bit of a drive to this new location. I do see it coming through. It's interesting, I keep hearing the month of September, and I know that me saying it feels like forever until September, but considering how quickly the weeks are going, I'm seeing that September for you is going to be a really good month for you, in the fact that there's new, it just feels like a new location around there. As for study, I keep seeing you studying though at the moment as well. I know that you've said that you put it off. Had you put it off on hold? But I keep seeing you're in service of others when you study. Have you got any nurses around you? Because I keep seeing blue scrubs, or I have like unless it's, in service of others. Do you work around nurses? Have you got nurses or doctors around you at the moment?
I go to a church with a couple people who work as nurses. Right now I am an essential worker at a grocery store. But I'm really involved in my church right now, and I've been helping with the online service. So I love, helping people and, being helpful and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, definitely, because it's coming through strongly in that, you're a selfless person and you give anything, you give the coat off your back to give it to someone that has less than what you have. And I feel that in your heart. But I see that this study is also going to be, it just feels like it's a completed, like a diplomacy or a certificate to something. But it feels like it's something that you've been working hard towards, but it feels like along the way there's been some stopping and starting for you that has stopped you from completing this course. But I see that, it's definitely going to be finished by the end of the year.
Okay, that's good to hear because I just been, it's like you said, like fear has been crippling me with a lot of things, and I've just been trying to get past that fear or, face that fear and stuff like that. And it just feels like things have been moving in slow motion. So it's kind of nice to hear that I will finish something because I'm known for not finishing things, dance class, karate class, stuff like that. So I just don't want school itself to be like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's amazing because you are so determined. I feel that drive in you, but more so the passion for life to help others, and that's what brings happiness to you. Just to help others and to see them move forward in their life. And it's, I can feel the support around you, but it's more the support that you give them that's the strongest. And that's where I also see that your friendships around you have grown because of this as well. I've also, and with fear as well, because I was just recently talking just before you got online about fear, and it's something that does stop us from moving forward. But I know that, you will face everything and rise. You will achieve everything. I keep seeing the sun as well. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's whether you give thanks to God or there's someone that you speak highly of. It's like and because I keep seeing you looking up in the sky, and you're very grateful. You give thanks to everything that you have in your life, and appreciate everything that you have and the experiences. But it just feels like there's new doors are coming your way, like they're opening up for you. It just feels like at the moment there's a bit of hibernation going on, but that's just to be gentle on yourself is what's coming through.
Okay, yeah. I've been told lately a lot that I'm pretty hard on myself, and I've been working on that myself too, trying to be kinder to myself, more understanding, love myself like I love others and stuff like that. So,
yes,
yeah.
Definitely. And and because you're so self-driven and determined, and it's like sometimes we just need to cut ourselves some slack, because really just to realize how much we do make a difference to other people's life. Immerse yourself in that joy and that happiness, and to know that you're achieving things each day. Because just by being you is a gift. So what I have coming through is the sun. Are you a warm person, like in the fact that you enjoy being out in the sunshine? Because I have the sun around you at the moment as well, unless you haven't been able to get out into the sun lately.
Yeah, actually, I've been trying to, meditate more and be positive and find my happy place. And it's funny that you mentioned the sun, because when I was thinking back on the times when I was most happiest, I was out in nature or sunbathing or something like that. So, yeah, I love the sun and being out in the warmth and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Definitely. And that's what I see, to find those places again, to help with your self-healing and moving forward, face the fears that are holding you back. And they're not huge fears. It's just sometimes they can be, we just have so much in our head, so much on our mind, and we want to achieve so much so quickly, is that it takes time to get things done. And I know that you're a very patient person, but you're ready. And I know that just by giving yourself permission to acknowledging the fears and letting them go, and to move forward. So get some time, go outside and really just take some time out, because I do see that things ahead for you are going to be a lot smoother than what they have been in the last 2 months.
That's so good to hear. Thank you so much.
No worries at all, Jasmine. I wish you all the best in your house when you find your dream house, because it feels beautiful. And not only that, the space is what's going to allow you to be able to move freely around without feeling like you've got people on top of you. But it's going to give you the space in your mind to, to create, to create and enjoy new experiences coming into your life, because you're less stressful, you're getting more sleep, your digestion's better, it's like you're more happier. So I do see things around September for you, and it's not too far away.
Okay.
Thank you, Jasmine. You have a lovely night.
Thank you. You too. Thank you so much for your help.
Thank you. Okie dokie. We have Nikki in Illinois, USA. Hello, Nikki. How are you tonight? Hello, Nikki.
Well,
hello.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It keeps cutting out, but
okay.
I was just kind of wondering if my spirit guides have any advice for me. I'm going through a court case involving my children, and I just feel like there's someone in my life that's not being truthful with me, and I don't really know who it is, and the perceiving that there's someone that's trying to help me.
Yep, definitely. I know that you said children, and as soon as you started talking, I kept seeing a son around you. Have you got 3 children at the moment? More boys than girls in ratio?
I'm really sorry. I couldn't quite understand you. It's breaking up really bad.
Sorry, do you have a son, a younger son around you? I keep seeing a son. The son keeps coming. I know you said children, but for what I'm seeing is a son, your son. Do you have 1 son and 2 girls?
Yeah, I have 3 boys and 1 girl.
Okay, 3 boys and 1 girl. Okay. Okay, because I just see, I know that, just let me just steer this around for a bit, because I just get a youngest child, your youngest. Have you got a young boy?
Yes, my youngest is just turned 2.
Yes. He's the one that keeps coming through. Here's the energy I keep feeling at the moment. It feels really strong around him. It's like my guide just showing me your youngest son. It's like I know that you're going through this battle, and it feels like it's never ending. There's lots of back and forth and whiplash. There's lots of negative energy, not on your side, but on the other side. But what I'm seeing for you is that there's concerns around your 2-year-old. Is there more so than it's okay? Let me just see. Okay. I'm not understanding what I'm seeing at the moment. I just keep seeing your son, which is fine. It's just letting me know there's concerns around him at the moment with his father. I know you said you got 4 children. I think 3 boys, 1 girl. Okay. I'm just seeing okay, so let me just look at this a bit differently. Sorry, I just keep seeing your son. Let me just see what they're trying to show me here. Is there concerns around him more so than the rest of your children with your son, your youngest?
Yes. Well, I have a 9, 6, and 2-year-old son, and my daughter's 4, so they're all young.
Yeah. Okay. So I've just got your youngest. Okay.
I did have a baby that I lost about 10 years ago as well, but.
Okay. I'm just seeing where this little boy. Okay, maybe it's the little boy that's coming through, because that's straight away as clear as a bell. I see this little boy. And with this little boy that, if you don't mind me asking, that passed away, he was alive. Was he little? Like, he wasn't a rainbow baby from birth? Like, was he quite young in age?
Are you referring to the baby that I lost?
Yes.
I was only a few months along with him. I didn't even get to give birth to him.
Okay.
But I was kind of felt that it was a little boy.
Yeah, definitely, because he's come through strongly. And, if when you ask about your spirit guides and your, the messages that are coming through, he's definitely around you because I've got the strength of this little boy, and he's your guiding light. He lets me know how strong you are, even though there's some days you feel like, you're not getting anywhere or progressing forward in the custody, in everything that's going on around your children at the moment. What I keep seeing around you is that you're very close to, there's a female figure around you, and what I'm seeing is whether it's your mum or your nana. So I keep seeing a lady around you with short curly hair. Does this
Yes, I
resonate
do have
with you?
kind of curly hair.
Yeah, okay, so I've got this
I'm
energy
sorry,
around.
I'm only picking up some of the stuff you're saying because some of it breaks up real bad and some I can't understand.
Okay, okay, so does your nana have short curly hair like yourself or your mum? I've got the energy of your mum. I just feel the support around you. You have a lot of support around. Can you hear me?
Really have a relationship with my mom. She's a very toxic person, but she does have short, sort of dark hair.
Okay, I've just got her energy coming around you. So it's more like she leans on you a lot more than what. It's more like she leans on you a lot more than what you lean on her. Is that correct? Okay, so I'll just keep on going. So what I'm seeing around you is that it just feels like in the next 3 months it's still going to be up and down with you. It just feels like it's a lot of back and forth with communication. What I am getting through, I've got lots of different energies coming through in the room. Just feel like there's a lot going on in your life, and it feels like some days you feel like you are suffocating, like it's a huge weight on your shoulders. Basically, what else I keep seeing for you is that I keep seeing there's a new a house, there's a move somewhere, there's some kind of movement, a house move or change in location, which obviously means a house move, but that's what I keep seeing for you. Are you the energy on what?
Or in the process of buying a house.
Yeah, so you're in the process. Okay, so I do see that going through. I still see the new location, the new home that you're buying is everything's going to go through smoothly. It just feels like the next 3 months is just back and forth, there's lots of communication, but I also feel like that you have support, either from a strong support around a male figure around in your life.
My husband.
Even if it's, yes, and he's very supportive, he's got your back, he listens and he's just very supportive.
I'm just so worried about this court case with my children, and I just feel like there's someone around that's pretending to be my friend, but really not on my side with things, and I can't pinpoint who it is, but I just have this strong feeling, and it really bothers me.
And with that strong feeling that you have, follow your intuition. Don't doubt the feelings that you have on somebody, because that's generally your guides letting you know that, what you feel about something, it doesn't feel right. Also, I have there's lots of different people around you and there's lots of talk. And it's like nothing that you've brought upon yourself, but it feels like there's lots of talk around you. And it's really, you're not one to gossip, but there are people around you is what I'm feeling. But it feels like there's female energies around you. And what I keep seeing is two female energies around you. And they feel like what I keep seeing is they're talking back and forth.
I see. The only one that I could really think of would maybe be my best friend's mom, and her name was Deb.
Yep, and
so I looked up to her as a mother.
Yep, and you look up to her as a mother.
Mhm. She was only in my life for a short while before she passed on, but she was more of a mom to me than my biological.
Yeah. Oh, it's just I just got female energy around you. They're just gossip, but it's just apart from sometimes it's when you're going through difficult times like this that really shows you who your true friends are and who are more supportive around you. So it's really, just
see, I mean,
time
it's a bad thing. I want to follow my intuition about what I'm feeling about this person, but I don't know. I can't exactly pinpoint which person in my life it is. I just feel that there's someone that's not being truthful with me and someone that's not really trying to help me, but rather trying to help the other person. And I'm right now, and I'm in the process of fighting for custody of my kids. So I'm like really upset about that, and I just don't know who I can trust, and it bothers me.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's just, when you're going through something like this is to, keep things to yourself for a bit, and, it's until you can get some kind of confirmation that, it just feels like a very stressful time what you're going through, and it's really hard to, I'm really sorry, but my session has to end with you because I've only got 90 seconds, but keep following I've got 60 seconds, so keep following your intuition, pull back from people, just to pull back a little bit, it's not to say that you're not friends with them, but just be mindful of what you want to share with them that's going to get to the other person if you think there is somebody that is leaking things. So just be mindful of what things you want to share and be in control. You're in control of what you say to others. You're in control, So it's just be mindful, but follow that intuition because it is stronger than anything that you feel at the moment, than anything than what somebody says to you. Go with that gut.
Yeah, thank you for talking with me.
That's okay. All the best with your move. Okay, I'd just like to thank you, A1R Psychic Radio, for tuning in tonight. Love for you to follow my Facebook page, Gemma Spirit World.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Persian Medium I Am Power with Fia Johann. Live from PersianMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Persian Medium I Am Power
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
I was at the age of 7. So it was my first grade. Yes, that was my first grade. Actually, it was that I felt that I'm kind of different, compare myself with others in a class. I felt that I feel and see things which kind of weird. It was really weird to me because I didn't know to who I have to talk to. What should I say to my teacher? And how can I explain my experience and my connections to, I didn't know at that time what it means. The Holy Spirit, the messages, the things that come to me without asking, or every time when I want to have something, it's just come to me or came to me though at that time. So I do remember I talked to my grandma and I said, I feel that I can hear people, I can see people. Yeah, it was about actually the making a decision. It was about that just do something, because every time when someone had some need, believe me or not, they come to me by themselves. I never even knew any of those people, where they are and where I can find them. They came to me, they talked to me out of sudden, and somehow I'm a messenger. And as a messenger, I always has to deliver my message. If I'm not, then I'm getting some punish from God. Or somehow some energies come to me and tell me or tell me that, you have to, and you did not. So yes, it came so naturally to me. I never decided for any of those messages. Those messages came very easily and nicely to me, and the only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the messages. Well, I raised with my grandpa and grandma, so I did not know anything about my parents until I was 11 years old. And my mom and my dad got married, and I was just 9 months when they got divorced. Both of them been very young and very mature, as I heard. My dad never been in Iran because after they divorced, so my dad moved to Italy or in Europe. So, and my grandparents did not even tell me about that I have mom and dad. They just act and also pretend that my mom is my grandma and my dad is my grandpa. My mother is my sister and my uncles is my brothers. So that I heard until I was 11 years old. So I was just around the age of 13 that I started to think about that I need to do something by my own. And of course, my Holy Spirit and God always was behind me, helped me, guide me, and let me know exactly where to go and how to do. So I started a little business by business, and I felt that, oh, now I became a businesswoman. It's like a young 13 and 14 years old lady that is starting to kind of, feel and sense that she has connection to people. She has connection to God. She has connection to the source that she never ever thought that she could ever go there. Like every single business as you could imagine, like computer and other things that I never had any experience of. So yes, I start my real business at the age of 13 and became actually the marketing manager for a big company actually in Iran, in Tehran, as a marketing manager. Yes, I did. Success is you. You are success. Success is everywhere. Success is something that you think and feel and connect into your own abilities. Success is about that you believe in yourself in the first place. Success means that you never let down or let go of anything that you want and wish because someone telling you that you can't. And you know what the most amazing success for me was? When people said, you can't do it, and I did. That means success. I am actually gave me the very nice, beautiful pics of you are. who you are. It's just remind me about who I am. And power is also telling me that get in touch and get connect with your abilities, the power and the gift that you have inside, and try to touch it. And every time when I says I am, I remind myself exactly who I am. And power is telling me what type of power and abilities I have that I can receive and give, or give and receive to my audience, to my clients, to my students, and to my followers. You, my students, my audience, my followers, and those that I don't even know, but I'm talking to them daily, maybe 10 times a day. Sometimes I may not know exactly who they are, but when they calling me, would they meet me, would they cry, and would they feel that I know them for so long, that is exactly the inspiration. And every time when someone calling and says, well, Fiona, things happened. Well, Fiona, because of you, my life getting better. Well, Fiona, thank you so much. You saved my marriage. Well, Fiona, thank you so much. You healed my husband. Well, Fiona, thank you so much for everything you did. That is exactly the inspiration for me to go and do everything that goes from my power, little by little, to make you guys happiest. Well, it's very funny because I'm actually having, or had, or still, a lot of people who is non-believer. And what the funny part was, those who was non-believer, when they was around me, the Holy Spirit and the guidance that come from the add energies is just showing them that they are completely wrong. Things happened that I was with them, messages come from others, so they kind of like being shocked one after each other that, wow, we didn't even believe, we didn't even thought, we couldn't even, So I understand that there is a lot of people that is non-believer, but you know what? This is exactly what I'm telling to people. If you are believing that you are living, that you have blood in your body, that you can move your body from here to the left and go to the right, means that you can feel and sense. And then you get connected to the sense of the energies that you have inside. Then you can feel more and more. As you know that animals can feel and sense before any bad things is going to happen, because they have a very strong sense. It depends. If you are a person that trying to make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit. If you don't, if you disable those visions, if you disable those beliefs, if you disable that there is nothing as a miracle, everything is all about this, everything is all about that, everything is all about black, and everything is all about white, there is not in the middle, what I have to say is completely wrong. Because I could feel and I could see exactly where we stand when it comes to our vision, emotion, feelings, and subconscious mind. If you get close to all of them, you can have and active your psychic abilities and mediumship. If not, it will be gone. So those who don't believe, they may never gonna active or activate the third eyes, the emotion and the vision in their life. So my advice to all of them is about to open up, activate it, believe it until you achieve it. Colors hypno my mind and hypno my vision to what I want to receive as a messages. Sometimes when I have a difficult cases, or I am in a difficult place with client, which I'm trying to help and make them to heal, I am using those colors as a significant fingerprint for myself to receive the messages and to give them the messages. That's why I go to my studio and just like closing and shut the door for maybe half an hour to 3 or 4 hours. I'm using all the colors around, I'm playing with them, and I creating whatever I am waiting, or they are waiting to get an answer from me. So yes, when I'm painting, I am not here. If someone screaming at me, talking to me, like my son, many times they come and says, well, Mom, can you do this and that? Well, I couldn't even hear them. So, well, my husband says, well, your phone is ringing, so can you answer? I couldn't even hear that because I'm not here. When I'm paint, I'm not here. I'm somewhere else. And sometimes the way that I'm choosing colors, the shape, the idea, it's not something that I'm choosing before I go in. So every single of those that I paint here in my house, it has some significant fingerprint of something that has to do with some of my clients, my achievement, or was very touchy. That's why I feel painting for me, or to me, was always like, just do it. It's time. Do you want to receive that messages, or do you want to heal that specific person? Please just do it. So many people ask me about, like, is it a pentagram? Is this something that, is this not a pentagram? Is it not something that people or others use? Pentagon is my technique. It's my technique in between God, me, and Holy Spirit. In between you, God, and Holy Spirit. In between math and the quantum physics. So it's all about many angles of whatever you want to be and wherever you want to go. They guide me, they tell me, both in a science way and in a very spiritual way. That's why I'm using Pentagon as whatever you want me to ask for. And this is a technique that I can't really teach anyone, because this is something that come through me, gave me the messages, and almost after so many years, I received 99% accuracy for the Pentagon reading. And it's all about your real date of birth, and also is about what you want exactly to know, and what type of messages I can receive. And if there is any warning, anything that you should be aware of, the Pentagon will tell you what to do or not to do. I'm working with all law enforcement, lawyers, police officers. Also, I had a couple cases with the highest top. So, yeah, I do. There is a lot of mystery questions about mystery murder cases, about questions that why this person is just like missing for 2 months without even have any sort of communication or connection with the family. The lawyers basically had kind of like insurance company cases. Example, they want to know that if that specific company telling the truth about what happened or not happened, and through their investigation, they're going to figure that, oh no, that's not true, because the only things I'm telling them that there is 2 ways or 3 ways that they are lying. The first is this, the second is this, and the third is that. So it's now up to you where you're going to go and investigate. And also, when it comes to missing people, it's always a pleasure to helping missing, people or family that who has a lot of pain because their family is not around. So yeah, it's such a pleasure when just like trying to use my abilities and my Pentagon, of course, to see exactly where they are. And if sometimes fortunate, I can tell them that, yeah, exactly where they are, but sometimes unfortunate, I have to just find a body for them and then let them to release and relief from that pain. To me, it's all about messages, and it's all about spirit messages. I dreamed again, and in my dream, I saw a very beautiful, gorgeous lady. I couldn't see the face, but I saw the beautiful white hair, long, white, beautiful hair with the white dresses. And when I said dresses, because she wore a couple like dresses through her, it sounds to be that I could see her to transfer from the one place to second place and changing a dress through the white again and again and again and again. And to me, it was about like, what is the message is all about, why I dreamed about her. And then I didn't know exactly how and which way. Then I ask again, can you please tell me what is all about? Can you just please tell me why I had you in my dream and who are you? So next day, not, but the second day, I dreamed about her again. And she said, where white became light. I woke up and I felt like, oh my God, what is that? And again, I back to sleep. And she come back again and says, where white became light. And it was exactly when I starting to heal cancer patients. That was exactly when I started to heal animals. That was exactly when I healed, when I got the results as a healer, that how strongly things got exactly what we want. So, and that was a message to me. If you want to heal people, then wear white. And I felt that, okay, maybe it's just a matter of timing when I'm touching them. But then when I ask, I receive the messages and says, no, until you die. You wear white until you die, because it sounds to me that something activated in my mind and my body to be a healer, to heal disease that doctor says there is no way to heal. That's why I'm wearing white until I die. Well, my message to singing people is about don't give up, because, and if you guys have any bad experience in the past, that doesn't mean that it's going to continue, because life is just about you, and is about that how you look at the life and your, passion what you had. So let's say that people come back and say, well, you know what, I've been hurt, I've been raped, I've been abused, I've been this. My advice to all of them is about stop to say I've been is a past. I don't want you to live in the past, because past is past. It's just going to give you more blame and anxieties. And then what you want to do from now on, do you know exactly what you want from the new guy? Because many of those clients that I have, they may say, well, I don't know, I just want a real man. And who is the real man for you? A real man is about to be a very wealthy man but kind of stupid, or a man that has everything. People says, oh, I want to have everything together. What I says, well, lady, everything means everything to you, but you have to be specifically and significantly know exactly what you want from that guy. So for those who are single today and I kind of give up because they don't know exactly what to do and where to go because there is no man, well, of course there is. And of course you can make it. And of course you can find your twin flame, your soulmate, the man that you are going to be connected for whole life. But it's all about give and receive. For a woman who wants to just receive and be as a receiver, they are not going to go anywhere. Even the man that comes from the Holy Spirit and trying to be a perfect model is not going to make you happy. So you have to first be happy on your own skin before you date anyone. And if you are not happy in your own skin, then please don't date anyone, because you destroy your life and destroy that person's life as well. Be happy in your own skin and then start dating and feel and receive the moment that you want. So the art, exactly as I said, the art of receiving is giving. I love horses a lot. I did from age 10, actually. I would love to follow everywhere, look in every magazines to see, because to me, horses was a beautiful, gorgeous spirit. And I felt like the way that they are, their muscles, their beautiful eyes, they hypnote me, like hypnotizing you when you're talking to them. And when I was there for the first time, when I was like touching my first actually horse to see exactly like how it's going to be the feelings, it was just like I think I was 13, and kind of I was scared at the beginning because I was a little girl and that the horse was completely like tall muscle, and it's like, but the only way that I could connect to that horse and feel completely in love with it was his eyes. So from there I could see and feel the eyes of every single horses that I could even see through the magazine, through actually, TV shows and everywhere, that I am connected to them. And believe me or not, it was so cool because every time when I'm manifesting or want to manifest about something, the first things that come to my mind, that was the beautiful eyes of horses. And specifically the first time that I met my first horse at the age of 13, I always remind about that beautiful eyes. Every single of horses has a significant eyes, which telling you about who you are and what to do to get better. Many of horse owners asking me, well, how can you tell to my horse? Because I told him before in the past, I told her, but they are not listening. But they do listen to you right away, right now. And it's all about connection. So your horse and the way that your horse come to your life, it means a lot. That means something for you. That you are connected to your horse in the past life. That means that this horse may gonna tell you something or some messages that many of those owners doesn't know how to connect with. That's exactly what I'm doing. Many of those horses wants to be famous. They are jumper. They want to win. Their owners would love to win. They have a desire to win. Well, but they want to make sure that the horse exactly understood the fact that what exactly his or her desires is. And that is my role, to go hypnotizing horses and telling him and her exactly what to do and not to do to make her happiest or feel healthiest or wealthiest, whatever she or he wants. So that is exactly what I did. At the same time, I heal horses a lot. Horses with the pain, emotional pain, physical pain, and any pains that maybe a doctor couldn't really do anything with them. I could, and I did, and I succeed, and I'm happy for that. That's why I'm very connected to horses. I am strongly connected to their energies, and I can do everything that goes from my power to make them, both horse and horse owners, happiest together and having and fulfill their desires. Okay, the way that you guys can see me or talk to me or find me is in three ways. Okay, the first way is Avid Advice. AvidAdvice.com is an online platform that you guys could just call, chat, and ask any questions you guys have. Many of you guys may not living in California, or maybe you are located in Europe. Many of you guys may be in Australia, maybe in another state. So it's kind of very hard for you guys to fly here and just say, well, Fiona, can you just ask this, just answer these questions. So you can call and chat with me anytime and no time. I'm always online 24 hours and 7 days because of all the clients that I have worldwide. Then, they're going to be the shortest, the nicest, and maybe for you, the easiest. And the second is my radio shows, which is people calling and listening to my radio shows for half an hour. But unfortunately, not people can find me easily there because there's tons of people that waiting on the line to trying to have a convo with me. And the third one, which is the best ever one you can think and imagine, is a face-to-face meeting in my wellness center with my team in Corona Del Mar and in Avid Awakening. So we do a lot for you guys. We will do and touch your soul, your body, and your emotion and get you closer to yourself. So that's why I'm receiving a lot of emails after that says, well, Fiona, I would love to see you again. I would love to talk to you again and see your team, because after I went home, I just been somebody else. And of course, this person can come back all the time. So what they are doing, they calling me on Avid Advice after that, and they asking again for other, subject and object what they have in their life, and they want to make sure that if they can make it as a progress. So that is exactly what I'm doing, and that is exactly what I did all my life until now. But of course, Avid Awakening is much better because you are guys going to meet me. We both can exchange energies. We are going to hike, and we are going to see exactly what type of need you have and what we could do to make you happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, and get connected to your own soul.
Welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Fia Johansson, who's better known as the Persian medium and subconscious mind surgeon. She's a multi-talented motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. An author who works closely with law enforcement to help locate missing people and solve difficult criminal cases with detectives and as well as private investigators. Throughout her career, she's helped thousands of people identify personal roadblocks to help them truly believe in their own path to success, whatever that dream may be. Her greatest passion in life is helping others achieve their ultimate dreams and desires, teaching people to believe that truly anything is possible. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Fia Johansson.
Welcome back. Did you know that police departments across the country and even the CIA sometimes turn to psychics to help them solve cases? Victims' families looking for answers also turn to mediums for closure. Fiona Johansson is an author as well as a licensed psychologist and hypnotist.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a celebrity medium, a clinical hypnotherapist, a holistic healer, and holds a master's in psychology. Fia Johansson is known as the Persian medium, and she's even worked with intelligence agencies and law enforcement to find answers in cases. She also wants all of us to discover our best selves. Fia, good morning.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm Jack Canfield, your host for Hollywood Live. My next guest, Fia Johansson, is an amazing person. She is speaks 5 languages, which I find very impressive. She's emigrated to several countries, has a psychology degree from the University of Stockholm in Sweden. She is a hypnotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist and healer, and God knows probably other things I don't even know about.
Hi, welcome back to Times Square today. I am your host, Greg Roulette, and I am very excited for our next guest because she is known as the Persian medium, the subconscious mind surgeon. She's a motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. This is going to be a fascinating conversation with my good friend, Fia Johansson.
For centuries, it's believed that mediums have been able to mediate communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. People usually recruit mediums to help them get in contact with family members or friends who have passed on. But celebrity psychic Fiona Johansson is also using her abilities to help law enforcement solve cold cases and help exonerate and free innocent inmates. And Fiona is joining us now. Fiona, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
And now Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
G'day, Tanya Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek here in Victoria, Australia. So great to connect with you all. I know it's evening over there in the US. It is afternoon here, and it's really rainy, and we've got our winter weather set in, but we're getting lots of rain. So all throughout Australia, we're very excited about that. So that's pretty cool. I hope you've had a great week. I can't believe it's come around again. It's like, wow, we're on to our next week, which is great fun. I love chatting to you on the show. Don't forget to call in and check out, there's many fantastically talented readers that come at you from the radio station. So, yeah, we'd love to connect and to get you free reading. So it's pretty cool. This week for me, I've been getting really creative. And for those of you that follow my page will see I've had a bit of fun with charcoal. And I used to, when I was, looking back, I think I was about 16 to 18 years old, I would oil paint back then, and that was my outlet. And I did a few paintings and sold them. And as an apprentice, it was a good extra bit of income. And back then, the paintings that I did were popular. I think now they wouldn't be so popular, but, it was a lot of fun, and it was a great way to, just get out of your head a bit and get into that creative zone. So for me, I've just picked it up again, and I've actually started with charcoal, which I've never tried before, and was just drawn to get a bit creative. So I've shared those on my page. And it's a great reminder to just have fun and they're not perfect by any means. And I'm certainly, just trialing and error with what I'm doing. But I really felt inclined to share because I feel like the creative vibe is around at the moment. So whether that for you is gardening, sewing, painting, cooking, there's so many creative outlets, but I really feel like the energy currently is conducive to just starting to connect in with that creative side and, having a bit of fun with it. And I often say when you're creative, we're bringing back the inner child. So we're also connecting with fun and, just enjoying, not overthinking things. So we're getting out of our thinking brain and getting into our creative side, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, that's why I shared those on my page for that reason. Also, we're feeling at the moment about going through and changing things up. So I just want to encourage those of you that are feeling that at the moment to start making the changes and decluttering, getting stuff out of your life that no longer serves you, and also looking at manifesting what it is, post-COVID or what it is you want to bring in. And you can see I've got my map of Australia here because basically, oops, I've lost my speaker. Basically, traveling overseas is going to be a while away for us. So, yeah, so I've got my map out, just getting a few ideas on where we would like to go, once we can leave the state and travel's allowed. We're sort of making up a few plans. So things like getting your a vision board or a mood board, or just writing down some ideas that you have while you have the time or while you have the inclination even, is a bit of fun. So, yeah, don't forget to do that. Even though, we might look at, there's been restrictions on what our big picture is, we can certainly, just get in detail about the smaller things or moving forward what we'd like to bring in. And, that's manifesting at its greatest, and I love it, and I love connecting with that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go on to Brandy in San Antonio, Texas. Brandy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good, thank you. Thank you so much for ringing in and connecting for a reading today.
Thank you.
Cool. Now, was there something you wanted me to focus on with your reading today, or are you just open to what comes in?
I'm pretty open. I've got a lot of things going on, and I just was looking for some insight.
Yep. You're very well guided. Okay, yep. You're quite well guided in spirit around you, and I don't know, I feel like there's a fair spiritual aspect to you and to what you do. So I feel like I'm kind of telling you what you already know. Often when spirit come through and show me that, it's like you kind of, you're aware of that and you have a great connection. There's a lady in spirit stepping forward for you, and I feel like I want to go on Mum's side, but I I feel like there's she's showing me talking to heaven or connecting to heaven. So I don't know whether you have conversations with the family members that are passed, or is this part of what you do? I just feel like it's very relevant to you.
My mom has passed, but I don't have any kind of I guess I don't communicate. I guess I've had dreams of her, but
Yeah, okay. It's like quite strongly. So it's a little bit like they're communicating with you, whether you're fully aware of that. You know, that might be the question mark there, but I do feel like
I feel like I get signs all the time. I sometimes I feel like I'm reaching so much that I can't be all that going on really, but maybe.
Absolutely. And you're one to have 10 things going at once, so it makes it hard. I can relate to that, and sometimes we have to be reminded to just take a deep breath. And I do feel like with saying that, with spirit coming through, and of course you've got mum around you, that it's like that there's a really big move for you that you're currently contemplating, and it's like the signs have all been there, and she wants to just reassure you that what you're thinking is correct, because there's something you're going to do that's stepping you totally outside your comfort zone or making a decision around. It's almost like your gut feeling is saying yes, but you're logically going, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Does that resonate at the moment?
Very much so.
Yeah. So it's like you won't look back, and that's what she's showing me. It's like I'm doing the move that you've always had in the back of your mind to do. And it's like the opportunities come up for you, and it's okay, because it's like she's coming through showing me she would love to have done this with you. So I don't know whether you've not necessarily spoken of this specifically to her, but what you're planning to do is something she would love to join you with.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So it's like that's kind of really relevant. You're going to create new memories is also what she's showing me. So with this change, and there is a relocation around that. Does that resonate too? Because I'm moving.
Yeah.
Like I'm moving. Yeah. And I do, because she's laughing. She wants to say you will not look back. And she's also making me aware of, she's saying don't live with the regrets that she possibly had. So I feel like there were things that she didn't get to do that she really wanted to, and she wants to know that she's up there guiding you to say, come on, I want you to really embrace all of this greatness. And it is about stepping into your personal power. And I do want to say she's showing me the double ones for you. So, 1111, there's lots of ones around, which, is normally your gateway. It's stepping into, something new and exciting and having trust that all will be well. And it's with her in spirit, it's like she's showing me that she's always got your back.
Awesome.
Yeah. And there's also you're celebrating something. What's the celebration around?
My son's graduating next week.
Cool, because it's like she's acknowledging that. So, that's evidence that she is around and she's a witness to what's happening. And it's like I want to say to you, what she's showing me is like I'm blossoming. So for you, this is around you blossoming and really, because I feel like there's aspects where you've held yourself back a bit, but moving forward now with this move, you won't be holding yourself back. And it's like I'm opening up to be all that I need to be. So I want to say to you a little bit, be prepared for that, because it's like there'll be some really amazing opportunities that you might think, oh, I don't know that I can do that, but she's showing me you'll be fine.
Great.
Yeah. So I also see you, and it's like she's showing me you're on radio or something. Like I feel like I'm broadcasting something. Just quite random. Have you got, does that fit with anything that you're moving into doing at the moment?
No.
Okay, well, it's going to be something, because it's like she's showing me that will be relevant. But I just see you, it's like I've got a big microphone in front of me, like you would be at a radio station. So it's something around broadcasting a message that I see you doing it. And again, this is linked with the movement, with I'm moving things up and changing things. There's also a pink flower around is what she's showing me too. She's handing it to me, but it's specifically like a pinky purple colour.
Purple was his favorite.
Yep. So it's like there's something around that. So if you haven't noticed the flowers, or just she's bringing my attention to the flowers, and there's a few of them. So I don't know whether something will be flowering or it'll be a sign for you, but she's definitely shown me flowers are relevant. I feel like I want to go to there's something around flowers with your moving. So have you worked out where you're moving to at the moment?
There's a chance that I would be moving towards Dallas.
Okay. Well, I wanted to say look for the flowers because I feel like that's a bit of a, you might go and look at somewhere where you might be going to and you'll see the purple flowers and that will be relevant. So just wants me to share that with you. Keep your self-confidence strong because it's like you've got this. I really want to reinforce that with you to let you know that there's no doubt around this move. It's going to be fantastic and it'll be great for the whole family. So I feel like I'm excited about that. It's not just about you, it's about everyone really stepping up and going, this is really good fun. We're bringing the fun back in. So I do feel like there's been a few hiccups in the road, going back a bit, and now's time to embrace that moving forward.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you. Yay! It's an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes. So just don't doubt it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
My pleasure. All right, I'm nearly out of time. Thank you so much for calling in, and I'll have to sign off now, but I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, Brandy.
Thank you so much.
You're awesome. And just don't forget, step into your power. Now is the perfect time to really appreciate and honour your strengths, I want to say to you, okay? You've got this.
Okay, thanks.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Tonya Reeves, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you. See you same time, same place next week. Woohoo!
Welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Fia Johansson, who's better known as the Persian medium and subconscious mind surgeon. She's a multi-talented motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. An author who works closely with law enforcement to help locate missing people and solve difficult criminal cases with detectives and as well as private investigators. Throughout her career, she's helped thousands of people identify personal roadblocks to help them truly believe in their own path to success, whatever that dream may be. Her greatest passion in life is helping others achieve their ultimate dreams and desires, teaching people to believe that truly anything is possible. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Fia Johansson.
Well, hello everyone. I love the spirit in this room. Really, I do. You guys having amazing spirits, which actually helping millions of people so far. As Nick said, my name is Fia Johansson. I'm a medium and subconscious mind surgeon. I will share a couple of my stories of my life, which both kind of funny, at the same time a little bit hurtful, but good to know about how the medium could feel sense as a person. I was at the age of 7.5 when I found that I have some sort of power. Of course, first it was kind of odd, a little bit difficult to understand myself, and I kind of like felt something is not correct with me because I could see, feel, and sense things before things happened. I went to my mom and asked, "What's wrong with me?" "Nothing, you're good." "Should I take you to the doctor?" "No, I don't know, but I can feel and sense that something crazy is going to happen to my grandma," example. "Something is going to happen to my uncle," and all this stuff. However, they're trying to tell me to don't say anybody, when you feel and sense something bad is going to happen to them. Because I don't wanted them to be scared and see that we should not be even near them. I says, okay, at the age of 7.5, I should just like not saying anything and just relax. At the age of 11, I found one of the most hurtful untruths about my life, which was completely true. I found out that my grandma, who actually I knew and I felt as a mom, is just my grandma and not my mom. My grandpa was my grandpa and not my father. My uncles, they never been my brothers and they've been just my uncles. And my mom, not ever been my sister, and she always been my mother. But this truth been always held and hidden by my family until my grandma passed away. Before that, I had a life as a princess, spoiled completely, and they would definitely give me anything and everything that I want. After she passed, I figured I don't have anyone anymore. My mom is too young. I don't have no feelings as a daughter and mother connections. I feel completely lost, and I found myself, what should I do now? I do have some gift that could help me so far, but should I just like push myself down and see that, oh, this is a trauma, I have to just like be depressed, now I lost this and that, and I found the truth about my life? And I found about my father. Who is my father? Somebody. Where is he? Another country. Okay. I tell myself, get up, stop it right now. It doesn't matter which family you had. It doesn't matter what they told you. It doesn't matter what happened. What it matters right now is to open the new chapter in your life. And I will completely left alone by myself without anybody to taking care of myself. At the age of 14, I asked my uncle, who left Iran to Stockholm, Sweden, if there is possibility to take me there. He said, maybe or maybe not, but I will do my best. 3 months later, I felt and I sensed I will be there. I'm not belonging in this country anymore, and I don't want to. I went to Sweden, Stockholm, and waited that my uncle is going to come and pick me up. Nobody showed up. Gosh, again, I'm here. My uncle is not here, and I don't even know that language. I couldn't speak English. Nothing. Okay. Then, Miss Fia, you are here with nobody again. So what happened? I tell myself, you are deaf and you are blind. Deaf and blind. What a deaf and blind person can do? I can't talk to anybody, I can't see anything, but I have to activate some other power inside of my body again at the age of 14. So I tried to communicate with people, try to talk or communicate with some officers and ask about, like, where am I? I know that I'm in Stockholm, but I don't even know where to go. So basically, I found some hotel and stay there and just like think about like what happened with my uncle. So I found out that he had a car crash almost a couple hours before that he went to come and pick me up. So they take 1 month for me and for him to recover, to come out after coma and come and find me. So in 1 month, I was left over in a country with the minus 30 degrees. I mean it, minus 30 degrees, and I'm not joking. I could feel that I can't breathe sometimes, but I would have a lot of, ice in my nose and my ears and everything. Whatever I felt, you know what? Fia, you do have a power. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, build the new chapter. Again, this is your second chapter in another country. So I prayed, I connect to my divine, I sense, and all of a sudden, 3 families, without even knowing who they are, what they are up to, they reach out to me out of nowhere. How? I went out to the Starbucks, but basically there is no Starbucks. It was something, looked like or similar to Starbucks, and saw some lady that's sitting there and crying. I went and said, well, I can't speak. What should I say? Okay, the only things that I can do is a love language. Maybe I should hug her. maybe I should just like say, I'm here. And he was a Swedish girl, of course, blondie, and I'm kind of like a black hair. Well, that maybe she's gonna get scared a little bit. But I says like, don't worry about it, just go and get it done. So I did that, and she hugged me so hard. Was like, what's going on? What's happened to you? She started